What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Trading Learning 101. The past 2 weeks, I have been working very hard on this video, studying all kinds of great content out there on trading psychology, human nature, and emotions. I want this video to make you think, open your mind, and develop as a trader and as a person. With conviction, you can move energy. If your desire is strong enough, you can change beliefs. Open your mind, think, and grow. Watch and listen to this video multiple times. Take notes, work on yourself to achieve success. Thanks to Mark Douglas, Dr. Brett Steenbarger, and Linda Roschke. The book, The Power of Habit, Trading in the Zone, The Disciplined Trader, and The Daily Trading Coach. I will leave links to all the content I have studied below the notes in the video description. I want to create this video and just read off all of the notes that I've taken from all the content. That way you guys can use this and I can use this in the future to learn and brush up on psychology, human nature, and emotions we can work on developing as traders and as humans. So reading this in a way of an audiobook so you guys can listen to this while you're alone, you're at work, you're on a drive, you can listen to this over and over again to help it stick better in your brain and burn into your brain to form good habits. Before we jump into the audiobook of all the notes that I've taken, I've created 3 stages that a trader goes through when learning about the stock market, from being new to intermediate and to being a vet trader. So real quickly, let's go over the mindset that we have. As a new trader, we have fear of starting. We think trading is easy. You get overwhelmed as a new trader. Finding time to study and to trade when you're just learning about the stock market. Making excuses. Googly eyes only want to see the fancy things. Wanting to trade as soon as possible. Complacency. Afraid to try new things. No priorities. Looking for fast money. Now mindset. Wanting everything right now. Emotional. No risk versus reward. Awful with money. No responsibilities, no great work ethic, surrounded by negative energy, people, friends, and family. Does not track trades. Most traders are under PDT, always looking for ways to trade more. As a new trader, you're going to get a lot of hate from people who never tried or failed, saying it's gambling and not consistent. Going to see a lot of fake people on social media, YouTube. Have to be careful who you learn from, or it will be hard to break bad habits. FOMO, fear of missing out. Get attracted to keywords and images from people who don't know how to trade, and it will destroy your mindset. So when you're seeing traders out there flying around, traveling all over the world, showing you fancy cars, big bags of money. They're showing you all false images of trading. It is possible to have all that, but they don't tell you how much hard work goes into being a trader and learning about the stock market. And all of these facts that I've just listed off are the mindset of a new trader. So let's say you go through all those processes of a new trader. Then you turn into an intermediate trader. And these are the processes and the mindsets that you go through as an intermediate trader as you continue the process of learning about the stock market and developing as a trader. Your mind and thoughts are everywhere. You can develop a mindset that you know everything. You're still finding time to study. You're in the process of developing a great work ethic. You start cutting negative people out of your life. You're learning multiple strategies. You're building up your playbook. You're getting into and starting your own routine. You start developing good habits. You start tracking trades and stats. You start learning from multiple pro traders. You cut all the noise out. Stock twits, Facebook groups, TV, video games, and focus on your trading. You're getting that screen time in. Trial and error. You're still working on developing good habits. You're working on handling your emotions. You start journaling and you're learning about indicators, stock scanners, and stock screeners. Next up is the vet trader. The vet trader has a routine, knows how to handle his emotions, has a growth mindset, knows what he or she wants, has a great work ethic, surrounds himself with successful people. He journals his trades, and journals his emotions, has great money management, has developed good habits, tracks his trades and stats, has patience waiting for his or her setups, discipline, knows when to trade and when to cut losers without thinking, recognizes patterns that happen repeatably, has trading rules and sticks to the rules, has an open mind that anything can happen, comes to the markets every day with a neutral state of mind, has confidence, always adjusting to market conditions, practices good habits outside of work, reading books, always learning and growing, exercising and taking care of self. And these are all the traits of a vet trader. You can go ahead and write all of these down if you want, add to them if you want. These are all the traits that have come to mind for me when thinking about a new trader just coming into the stock market, an intermediate trader who's getting more interested into the stock market and learning to be a day trader and wants to pursue it, and a veteran trader who has been around for years and still developing every day as a pro trader. And you can see the differences in the growth process from a beginner trader to a vet trader on their routine, how they think, and how they develop their life. So let's jump into this. Below are my notes taken from the seminar by Mark Douglas in 2001. The seminar is a total of 14 hours long. These are all my notes that I've taken from that seminar. You can read along if you like, or you can listen to this. But before we jump into this, I just want to say, to have a better experience with this, make sure you're in a quiet place with no distractions. You can take notes if you want, or you could listen to this multiple times over and over again, like a book. You're always going to pick up on new things the more times you listen to it or read it. Have an open mind while you're listening to all this stuff and just take it in and absorb it. I really want this video to open our minds, think about ourselves, and help us all grow as traders and as humans. Let's get into it. Psychology, human nature, emotion, notes. Why is psychology in trading? Notes taken away from Trading Psychology Seminar by Mark Douglas. We have groups of people that trade together, creating behavior patterns. Technical analysis identifies these patterns for us. Support lines, resistance lines, Fibonacci lines. We have many indicators with big followings, creating multiple behaviors in the markets. Our minds are hardwired to avoid pain. This is our natural way our minds function. There's two types of pain: physical pain and emotional pain. Physical pain comes into contact with the environment in some way. You hit somebody, force with an object. Emotional pain is information-based pain. Information can cause us to tap into something in our mind that's made up of negative charged energy and puts us in a negative charged state of mind. Fear. Fear is telling us that there is something out there that we need to avoid. We want to stay away. Our minds have automatic pain mechanisms. When we have trading strategies that work and we are on a winning streak, we feel great. We feel untouchable if the streak continues longer and longer. Then as soon as you take a losing trade with your strategy, that's when the stage of emotions start to trigger. That one loss turns into 2, 3, 4. You blame your losses on your strategy and the markets, and it's a downward spiral. The simplest steps can throw you off mentally and emotionally. You have to stay headstrong and always working on yourself and being in a positive environment. This comes to the saying, you have to adjust to the current markets and also surround yourself with positive thoughts and people. Majority of investors and traders are long biased. Most use candlestick charts with colors, red downticks, green upticks. This too is an emotional trigger, and you don't even realize it. Some people use different colored charts. You may have seen this. Think about it. When you're in a trade and you're long a position, every green tick up, you get excited and adrenaline starts kicking in. Every down tick, red, fear sets in and you're losing. Same thing goes when your P&L is staring you right in the face. You're getting sidetracked from letting the chart play out and letting emotions take over, and you cut the trade too early, take a small winner, and watch the stock go up more and think about how much more profit you could have had. Cut it for a small loss, only to have the stock do what you thought it was going to do, or hold and hope. So many scenarios that could play out, and all overlook this emotional game you're playing with yourself when placing a trade. We need to learn to trade without fear. Learn to trade from a carefree state of mind, so we no longer take market information and interpret into painful ways. The information the market gives you is not threatening. It's the interpretation that's threatening. We need to change our thinking and exercise our minds to stop this and enforce good habits and the way we view the markets. People expect the markets to do something for them. The markets don't have to do anything for you. The market is not here to give you money. You have to earn and make that money. You always need to approach the markets with an open mind, thinking in terms of probability or what you think is going to happen will sidestep you away from thinking clearly. You focus on what you only want to see rather than what's actually happening. Why it's important to have an open mind and have that thinking mindset of anything can happen. Always look at the big picture and work your way in. Open-minded, anything can happen. Stop trying to predict what's going to happen. Train your brain to start thinking open. Then you will start seeing patterns and feel the way of the trend in the market. Always take it a day at a time, day after day. Don't try and predict what's going to happen weeks, months, a year from now. Live for today and what's happening now with an open mind. Always be aware of what the environment, the world, and the markets are like. The world and the markets move together in sync. The more fear we operate out of, the less we perceive. If you are able to close out fear, then we can operate 100% of what we have learned. Part 2, emotional pain. We all want our expectations fulfilled. Expectations is a belief projected into some future moment in the environment. We can't expect something we don't believe or know about. An expectation is something that we expect to see, hear, taste, touch, smell in some future moment. If the market or environment shows up, how do I feel? If I expect the market to gap up and show up and the markets do exactly what I expected, I feel great. If I expect the market to gap up and I show up and the markets are gapping down, how do I feel? Pain, emotional pain. We have to learn to manage our expectations. This is all universal. Trading is never-ending exercise to making consistent money. In our daily lives, we live by rules. We are hardwired to dislike rules. Then when we start learning how to trade, we are told we have to create rules and follow them. We automatically think, oh no, more rules. And some of us struggle to stick to our rules. We need to train our brains and exercise our brains daily to think differently and to accept and practice our rules. Same concept goes to people who show up every day to the markets with money on their minds. If you keep thinking about how much money you want to make or thinking every day you have to make money, you're going to ignore all your rules. Overtrade, force trades. You're going to see setups that are not there. Our goal as traders is to view the markets in a neutral state of mind. Exercise our mental muscles to take emotions, fear, greed out of trading. Patterns happen over and over and over again in the markets. Only the outcome of the patterns change. Why? Because every pattern has different people or groups of people trading the pattern. Every error that you make in the markets will come from you thinking what's going to happen next. Every error. You're going to have to focus in the now moment. What is the market telling me now? Stop trying to predict what's going to happen. You have to control over the future. You have no control over the future. Live in the now moments and ask yourself, what is happening now in this moment? Why I preach so much. Be careful who you learn from. A lot of people out there teach bad practices, and once you learn, it's hard to break those bad habits. Just because someone has a huge following doesn't mean they know what they're talking about. People are naturally attracted to drama because for a moment they can forget about their own problems and life. Reality TV is a big misconception of life and how we should live life, yet they still all watch it. The information the market gives us, we want to see and collect in a neutral state of mind. If you want to trade consistently, you have to be able to trade in a carefree, lack of fear mindset. If you're trading in fear, it narrows your focus of attention. If you're uncomfortable in a trade, even if it's your number one strategy, you need to scale back. We make trading hard on ourselves because we don't have anyone telling us what to do. Also, we are in a world now where everything is just a click away. Some people don't think before they click, buy, or sell. They emotionally react and execute. No plan, no risk, and they wonder why they are always losing. The nature of beliefs, not religion. We are all born without beliefs. We never stop to think how our beliefs affect our lives and affect the decisions we make. We were brought up from children and taught beliefs and discovered beliefs as we matured. Your experiences in life. There is a cause and effect with ourselves in our environment. We have nature, all things nature, animals, bugs, weather, etc. We are connected with these by our five senses, our eyes, feel, touch, hear, taste. Nature can express itself in infinite ways. We also have people, groups of people, different cultures that can all express themselves in different ways and what they believe in, the way the world exists to them, and how they see the world. If the environment around us can express itself in an infinite combination of ways, and if beliefs and memories are not made of molecules, wouldn't that mean we have an unlimited capacity to learn? What's holding us back from learning everything that's out there to learn? Our beliefs. What we have already learned. This is the way beliefs work. What is an expectation? A belief projected into the future. We are expecting the environment we are in to show up in a way we believe. Good news. Our thoughts and mind are not bound to what we believe. We can change and grow to get better. Do not fear change. Change is good. You may hear people say, I hope you don't change, or I will never change. I want to change and grow as a human. That is the purpose of life. Change and grow for the good. Be the best you can be. That's why it's good to form good, positive, healthy habits and grow. Learn something new every day. Grow better as a human and as a trader every day, one day at a time in the now moment. Your desire is to be a consistent, profitable trader, to accumulate wealth as a trader. What do you have to do? You have to interact with the markets to fulfill that desire. You're going to have to take a set of steps to do that. What set of steps you decide to take are going to be based on what? Your beliefs. What we think works. What you have learned to believe works. How you feel with the outcome of the steps you took with all the external forces is also a function of what I have learned to believe. Energy. We are surrounded by energy everywhere we go. Our beliefs are structured energy. We pick up energy through our five senses: our eyes, touch, feel, hear, taste. Our bodies, soul, mind feed off of energy and produce energy. If you hang around negative people or always look at the bad situations, talk bad about someone, you're going to attract bad energy, and that will lead to negative beliefs and negative energy. If you hang around positive people, have a positive attitude, always look at the good in situations, that will attract good, positive energy. Always practice good, positive energy. You will form good, positive habits. When you take complaints, negative energy, to a positive setting, like a party or a dinner outing, then you are projecting that negative energy to a positive environment. Stay away from drama. People who like to complain. If you're a complainer, stop it, because nobody is listening and nobody cares. It's unhealthy to complain and unhealthy to listen to a complainer. They are throwing negative energy right at you. Expressing ourselves require energy. We are pumping that energy out to others to absorb. It can be either healthy for us or bad for us, a disease. You do need someone to vent to, a partner. Venting in a closed environment is okay. If it's in public, at work, a party, random people, it's not healthy. It's okay to release negative energy and to someone who is close to you and you love. We are human and we need someone else to talk to. Just don't spill the beans to anybody. If you want to talk, just make sure it's someone you can relate to and get it out of your system. Even if it's a professional psychologist or a performance coach. Learn from it, reflect. It's now the past, move on. There is a time and place for everything, as they say. State of mind. The positive and negative energy that flows through our mind. The nature of consistency is a function of your state of mind. Various states of mind, whatever beliefs we are operating out of at any moment, will control or determine what state of mind we are in. The energy of the belief that we are operating out of will correspond the state of mind that we experience. Whatever we experience at any given moment is a state of mind. That is what is real. Missing opportunities can instantly change our state of mind. This is a test on yourself. Will you beat yourself up over it? Will you look at it as a learning lesson? What you need to do is stay positive, focused, learn from the missed opportunity, and be ready for the next opportunity. If you beat yourself up over missed opportunities, it will drag you down, mess with your focus, emotions, and your state of mind. Stay positively focused and ready to do better. For an example, a bodybuilder works out, lifts to break down his muscles for them to grow back stronger, to be able to lift more and lift longer. As traders, we do this mentally with all of our situations in the markets and our personal lives. Our reactions, reflecting, and growing, coming back stronger. Any first time experience, we will not know how to react until we go through the experience. Anything that happens in the stock market. Memory, state of mind, beliefs. If you remember the dog and child story from Mark Douglas's Trading in the Zone, the first time a child has an experience with a dog. Dogs have a range of expression, happy and playful to mean and vicious. Before a child has a first time experience with the dog, dogs do not exist. You can't know about something if you haven't experienced it yet. In this case, the child has never seen or experienced a dog and does not know how dogs react. The day the child meets the dog is having a bad day and bites the child. From that bite, created a negative charged memory for the child. In the future, the child is going to remember his first experience he had with the dog and the bite. Whenever he sees another dog, it will create fear, negative energy, bad state of mind. That story can be related to any person's first experience with something good or bad. In the future, whenever the person encounters an experience that was good or bad, it will always trigger what they first felt during that first experience. Every time. When people experience good or bad experiences that trigger what happened in the past, it changes our state of mind. The boy with a lot of work and taking it step by step can get over the fear of dogs over time. Just like trading, putting in the time, taking it step by step, trading very small size until he can get over his fear. He then can up his size a little more. When a new trader takes his very first trade, it's going to dictate his beliefs. When people have first bad experiences, it takes desire away towards whatever it was they experienced. We feel uncomfortable around people who do not share our own beliefs. We feel comfortable around people who share the same beliefs. Beliefs have a life of their own. We have capabilities of thinking in any direction we choose to. We can think outside any limitation opposed by any belief. We can draw any bizarre thought to our mind and contemplate it. Fighting your beliefs does not work. Directing any negative energy towards your beliefs will only make them stronger and fight back. When working with beliefs, we want complete acceptance. You accept what's there, you understand it. As a result of your acceptance, it allows you to render the belief, make it easier to draw the energy out of it. Don't fight it because it will fight you back. You have to accept who you are now and build from there. Once we have a belief about something, it's there forever. But that doesn't mean it has to affect us forever. The more you focus on a belief, the more energy it gets, good or bad. The stronger the belief gets. Our current state of mind will always be the absolute truth. Our beliefs have different kinds of emotions, triggering beliefs, past, current, future. The current state of mind, which also triggers emotions. When you have thoughts, spill them out to yourself when you are alone. If you hold in your thoughts, the next person you talk to, you're going to spill and dump all those thoughts onto them, pumping all that energy out and onto them, creating a bad environment. Talk to yourself when you are alone. Get it all out of your system and talk your way through problems. Same concept when you're in the markets. Talk to yourself. This is why traders keep journals as well. What are you seeing right now at this moment in the markets? How are you feeling? Don't try predicting what's going to happen in the markets because anything can happen. Live in the now moment. As a trader, I don't care who you are. We have all experienced this. When you're in a trade and you're losing, you know you're losing, but you continue to let the market take your money. You know you're in the wrong. You know you're breaking your rules, but you don't cut it for a loss. You keep watching it and losing money, watching it, losing money. Then something clicks and we cut it for a loss. We beat ourselves up over it, tell ourselves we won't do that again, but in the future, we find ourselves in the same scenario. Every day when you come to the markets, you need to be prepared. Have an open mind and an attitude of anything can happen, living in the now moment. Do not come to the markets every day with money on your mind every day. When you do that, you're setting yourself up for expectations that may not be there, and you force trades and turn into an emotional wreck in a blink of an eye. If you come in every day with the mindset of anything can happen, then you will be right every day entering into the markets. Having that kind of mindset and a positive attitude, open mind, no distractions, listening to the markets, you will be in the zone and won't even realize it. That's the way you should be every day. Patterns can present themselves all day in the markets, but remember the outcome of these patterns are always different because different people, different groups of people trade all different kinds of strategies. Also, all different types of people with different beliefs about the markets. Quick notes. Majority of new traders under 2 years experience, when the bell rings and the market opens, they get a rush. Heart starts beating fast, mind is blank, eyes are everywhere, everything moving very fast. And before you know it, you're in a trade, losing and hoping. Does that sound like a consistent, profitable trader? Me personally, I want to be in the zone. No distractions, open-minded, feeling the market pulse, observing what the market is telling me. I consider myself a detective and a scientist. I like to put puzzles together to tell the story, and I'm always testing, refining, testing again. Human nature never changes, so I am looking for patterns that I have seen countless times. Sitting back, practicing my patience, waiting for my opportunity. Because I know majority of traders and investors trade with their emotions, not the charts. That is what I take advantage of. I am a wolf. I prey on sheep. Don't fear me. You have your own fears and beliefs to worry about. You need to get in the zone every day when you enter the markets. You need to have a passion for the markets. Professional athletes devote their lives and are passionate about the sport they play. Only a handful, a percentage, can be in the zone every game and be consistent at what they do. Same goes for traders. We are professional athletes. To consistently get in the zone, you need to develop a firm belief that mistakes don't exist. Mistakes are just experiences that point the way. If you're afraid of making a mistake, that is going to keep you from getting in the zone as a trader. You really have to train your mind to be in the zone. Once you train your mind, you won't even notice you're in the zone. It will be natural to you. The process of questions. To really ask a sincere question. Most people ask questions with little to no thought behind the question. If you really thought about a sincere question, you're asking because you do not know. When you ask a sincere question, it really opens a vacuum in your mind that really will be filled with information. It opens up the creative process, the power of questions. Always be asking yourself questions while in the markets and in life. Put thought behind your questions. Like I said, this will help open your mind and get more creative. If you ask a question and want a better answer, Ask a better question. How you word your question will determine the answer you want. It takes a lot of work to program our minds with healthy habits. The way we think, mental errors, learning from mistakes, memories and beliefs, holding us back from taking trades, cutting losers, taking profits on a consistent winning streak, on a losing streak we can't seem to get out of. It all comes down to how we think every day, how we all live our lives. You have to have the mindset while in the markets that every moment is unique. If you have the thinking mindset of this moment is unique, it will open your mind for information. We need to use our trading, the process of our trading, to create mental mechanisms that will cause us to think that this moment is unique. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to know, feel, or sense what's going to happen next, because you can't. You want to tap into the zone. Be in complete harmony with the markets. You're tapping into the conscience of the other market participants. The knowing is coming only from the past. The past, based on what's already in your mind, can't know a truly unique moment, because a truly unique moment is something that has never existed. Your rational mind weighs and judges everything based on your past. Hope is not a strategy when trading. You have to get yourself to the point where hope is never an option for you. Why would you have to hope for anything? Once you really trust yourself, you don't have to hope for anything. I know we have all said this to ourselves when trading or in a trade. I hope this stock does what I want. I hope this stock comes back up. The only reason we hope is because we feel like we don't have the resources to execute this trade ourselves. You need to trust in yourself and your process to get over hope. Work on yourself every day to get over hope, and learn to trust in yourself and your process as a trader. The only way to get better is to put the time into yourself and work on it. All good things come with time and patience. This goes back to asking yourself questions. Always be asking yourself questions. Thinking how to word the question to ask yourself. Remember, the better the question, the better the answer. If you're asking a truly unique question, it's because you do not know and you have a desire to know. Opening your creative process and to receive information. This will light your fire to get your question answered. Always write down your questions and answers and have a journal. This will help you remember better and have stuff stick in your head. And you can also look back on your thoughts later in the future. We are always working on ourselves as traders and humans. Remember, every day we want to grow. When you are doing any sort of mental work, your attitude is everything. The more you believe in yourself and the possibilities you can achieve, the more you will benefit from it. Everybody in life gets hurt emotionally. We all experience pain. How we are brought up develops us into who we are, and we have an infinite timeline of experiences. Our great grandparents that raised our grandparents, your grandparents that raised your parents that raised you. That cycle will keep going and going until someone breaks away from that cycle and change how they are as a person. Everything we have been talking about, your state of mind, your beliefs, your fears, your memories, if we do not fix our pain, we will pass it on to our children, and so on. That's why you need to reconcile with your pain and break away from the cycle. You can't change memories, but you can move them to a positive area and reconcile with them. Forgiveness. Everybody is different and we all have our own stories. It's up to you to take care of your memories and resolve them to be more positive in life. Positive energy is what we need. Even if you're already happy, Remember, we want to grow as humans more and more each day, even if it's in little steps. If you do nothing, remember the cycle continues with your children and so on. The nature of beliefs demand expression. We grow up with parents and they inflect their own style of abuse, internal or not, and we tell ourselves, I will never do that to my kids, and find ourselves doing the same thing to our kids. Why? Because all beliefs demand expression, and find ourselves being the exact same way. That's what I'm talking about. Breaking away from the cycle and changing your life and the cycle you was brought up in. Writing down your life stories that have hurt you and looking at the good that you realize from it will help you into accepting and forgiving the memory in your life and to move on as a better person. Knowing inside of yourself that the memory you have resolved and made peace with is in a positive zone. The power of making up your mind. You can really do anything. You can wipe away all the negative experiences just by making up your mind and moving on. Most people are not willing to do this because beliefs come into play. Who was right and wrong? All kinds of judgment that could come into play that would keep people back from doing stuff like this and simply moving on. Also, people face these kinds of things when they are working on their religion, spiritual beliefs. Journaling is key to helping yourself grow. Following your emotions back, writing them down to review later, and write down how you handled the emotion. Every weekend, go back and see what you wrote down and reflect. Solve the problems. Get into the routine of doing this, and it will become a habit, and you will see how you act and can improve in areas you didn't notice about yourself before. Self-discipline, a technique for changing. Example of self-discipline is watching someone do something so effortlessly that we find difficult. Self-discipline is a technique to stay focused on the object of your goal or goals of intent. When the intent is in conflict with something inside of you, the process of continually refocusing, making a choice that's consistent with your goal or goals. We are going to have thoughts run through our minds all the time. Some thoughts come and go, and some take us off track and distract us. This is where discipline comes in and the desire of what we was doing to get back on track and back on the course we started. Some people can realize they are being sidetracked and some can't. You have to have the willpower to get focused back and the desire. Whatever you are doing, like trading for an example, has to be something you're passionate about. That way, you have that desire to return back to what you was focusing on and keep pushing on. If you have no passion, you're going to keep getting sidetracked and not have the urge to return to what you was working on. People do this with Facebook feed, Instagram, YouTube vortex. Strengthen your thoughts to get around being sidetracked by random thoughts. Listen and observe your thoughts. Always be listening to what you are saying to yourself. Like a sports team, for an example, you have coaches watching the players. We don't have coaches watching our moves. All we have is ourselves. If you have so many thoughts running through your head, you need to take a step away and work on your breathing and counting. This is a practice to settle down and get back into your headspace. Practicing this exercise and making a habit out of it, you will be a great observer of your thoughts. This is a great exercise when you are in the markets and so much is going on, your head is everywhere, you can't think. Take a step back, walk away, sit in a quiet area, breathe, and count for at least 5 to 10 minutes. Our thoughts are a function of our state of mind. Remember, not trading is like putting money in the bank. Just because we are traders doesn't mean we have to trade all the time. As traders, we make our money sitting and observing, managing our thoughts. Not a lot of people break through to the other side as a consistent, profitable trader. 90% of people fail. Don't worry about other people. Only focus and care about yourself. If you are looking at what other people are saying about a certain stock, you're looking for a reason to buy. As traders, we want to take fear out of trading. Practice these tips. Before you take a trade, write on a check how much you can risk before taking on the trade. Hide your P&L, your profit loss, so it's not staring you in the face. When you have that fear of missing out, FOMO, tell yourself there is always another trade. Tomorrow is a new day. These are some tools that you can use or make up your own to settle yourself down. Relax, stick to your rules, keep yourself from overtrading. Practicing good habits form better habits and develop a stronger mind mentally. We all, as traders, want to strengthen our mental toughness just like an athlete. We are athletes. Practice, practice, practice. A mind, once expanded, can't go back to its original form. What excites us? Learning, starting a new job, starting a new project, making money in a trade. The universe is always expanding, making every moment truly unique. Everything that happens in history gets recorded as static, and the beliefs we acquire. Nature is static. Everything around us is in energy form. We feed off of energy and produce it. Yet we still have the willingness to think. The thinking process we have is not bound to anything whatsoever. The only thing that holds us back is the willingness to ask questions. A sincere, genuine question. If the question is genuine and sincere, you will get an answer. Ask and you shall receive, as long as you are open, sincerely open. 7 principles of consistency in our mental environment. 1. I am a consistent and successful trader because I objectively define my edges. 2. I predefine the risk of every trade. 3. I completely accept the risk and can let go of that trade. 4. Act upon my edges or hesitation. 5. I pay myself as the market makes money available to me. 6. I continually monitor my acceptability to making errors. And 7. I understand these principles of consistent success, and by that, I never violate them. End of the seminar by Mark Douglas. And again, if you're interested in this seminar that Mark Douglas did in 2001, I will leave links in the video description. Next up, my personal notes from the seminar and what I was thinking. Get it out of your head that you're going to make tons and tons of money and become an instant millionaire. This takes a lot of work and it's a long hike. So get ready to get dirty. No need to swing for home runs with every trade. Small gains add up over time. In big businesses, military, and even the Olympics, they bring in mental doctors to examine coworkers and athletes. Getting to know them, examining their personality traits, mental levels, really breaking them down to figure out what is their weaknesses and what makes them crack. It's all about knowing yourself and improving yourself in your weak areas. Like I have said many times, growing as a person to be better. Big companies do this to have an edge and to pinpoint weaknesses and work on it and know what they have as weapons. How many times have we looked at stocks to trade as the market is open and struggle to pinpoint good entries and take losses, beating ourselves up only to see the same chart at the end of the day and it makes complete sense, and even on multiple time frames. It's all about the moment. When we was looking at the same chart before every tick, our current state of mind, I can guarantee you, you all had the wrong thoughts on your mind. You was probably thinking about money, not wanting to miss out, predicting what's going to happen in many scenarios, not looking at the big picture, compulsively jumping in, only looking at the reward and not the risk. Take a step back, breathe, relax. I always tell myself if a stock is tradable, it will be kicking both my shins and blowing two air horns in my face. Trading should be effortless, like walking to the other side of the room and picking money up off the floor. Trading is the easiest, most difficult job. There is a saying, all good things come with time. That is true. Have patience, wait, let the stock come to you. Sheep get slaughtered while the wolf feasts. Most people have the mindset of wanting everything right now. Gimme, 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 gimme. Expectation versus reality. Day trading is just like long-term investing. It takes time, patience, discipline. You're not going to learn this game overnight. You're not going to get rich overnight. Treat your trading account just like your business, taking it one day at a time, trying to grow and earn a little every day. Over time, it will all add up. It takes time for that aha moment to come to you about trading, and everyone is different. Some get it after 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. That's why you hear people say, don't give up. It just takes time to get it. As soon as you realize there is no magic or secret stock scanner or indicator that traders use to make money, the markets will start to make sense. Most indicators are noise and only tools for us investors and traders to use based off our personalities and our trading styles we develop. Same applies to stock scanners. There is no secret scan that's going to find the best stock ever. Only another tool for us to use to help us find stocks we like to look for. Biggest percentage gainers. Stocks hit new 52-week highs, 52-week lows. Volume scans. Always think of the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. Trading is already hard enough. You don't need to make it more complicated. A lot of times, you'll notice it's just basic stuff that's going to help you as a trader. FOMO, fear of missing out. We all experience this. I don't care who you are. It's how you manage it and develop yourself to notice when FOMO is in the air. Here are some examples to help you notice FOMO and help yourself stay away and have discipline. You're not going to catch every trade. There will be plenty of opportunities in the markets, so don't beat yourself up over missing one trade. Instead, take a step back and tell yourself, okay, I missed this one. That's fine. I will learn from this chart and I will be ready for the next opportunity. Think of all the other traders who now have FOMO and are not realizing it like I am. They chase as I sit back and wait for the opportunity to come to me. There are many chat rooms out there and people you follow on social media. If you surround yourself by people who post profits on a big trade, that could trigger FOMO for yourself. You see the profits that could have been yours and the money you missed out on, but you missed the trade. Stay away from people who post profits. It's all noise. Focus on you. That's all that matters. If you're looking at what other people's opinions are about a stock you're interested in, stop it. You're only looking for a reason to buy. Revenge trading. You take a loss and you keep trading in hopes that you get back what you lost. Throw all your rules out the window and blow up your account. You have to learn from your losers and simply move on, forgetting about the trade and moving on to your next trade with 100% focus. Always have that mindset. You want to be here tomorrow and respect the markets. The market does not care about you or your loss. If you don't respect the markets will take everything from you and more. If I take a loss, I try and cut it as fast as possible and keep it as small as possible. I do not hope. I then close it down and walk away. Come back at the end of the day and take a picture of the chart and save it. Study it, learn from it, make peace, and move on. Tomorrow is a new day. Trade smaller or scale back until I feel comfortable again. Don't expect to make money every day. It's always about long-term success. The markets are not for weak, emotional people. Sad, but true. Here we have a picture of an iceberg. This is a great example when you see all those trading gurus on the internet saying day trading and trading in the stock market is easy, driving around in Lambos, they're going to fancy hotels, eating fancy restaurants, bags of money. They're showing you only the top of the iceberg here, just the success. And then underneath, how big the iceberg really is, and what they're not telling you is all the hard work you have to put into it. The persistence, the late nights, staying up all night, studying, working on yourself, developing a trading strategy, reading charts, taking notes, rejections, sacrifices, sacrificing nights out with friends and family to stay in, study your butt off, to get to your goals and to get better. Discipline, criticism, doubts, failure, and risk. I absolutely love this picture, and it's a great example of new traders coming into the markets. They want to make $1 million as fast as possible because they seen Tim Sykes saying that they can do it. Yeah, you can do it. Don't get me wrong, you can do it. They don't know how much hard work goes into it, like I said. And it's a long, long, long list, but you can do it. And once you work hard and start to see success, then you start seeing that progress. All this hard work starting to pay off. If you want to be the best in this game, you need to do your own analysis. Take ideas from other traders and make them your own. The more time you put into this game, looking at charts here every day, getting that screen time in, studying, watching videos, taking notes, the better you will get. I have a pure passion for the markets and don't have to force myself to sit down and study. I am always learning something new and growing, digging deeper and deeper into everything the market has to offer and all the tools we have. I am learning about and trying out new things like a mad scientist. Next, we're going over notes taken from Dr. Brent Steenbarger from some blog posts that I've read. Negative thinking patterns and how these can be turned around. The first and most important practice is to live a positive life outside of your trading. It is impossible to sustain an optimistic and constructive mindset during trading if what you are reinforcing during your other hours is negative. Once we can recognize the negative thinking patterns, we want to tune into their destructive consequences by reminding ourselves that this kind of thinking robs us of energy, takes away our focus, and causes us to be less productive and creative in generating ideas. That sequence: recognize negativity, challenge negativity, replace negativity with more constructive self-talk, can become a positive habit pattern if repeated multiple times per day for many days. Yes, of course, negative thoughts will pop into your head, but you'll be able to quickly smack them down if you immediately recognize their consequences and generate more helpful ways to view the situation. Turn negative thoughts into learning thoughts. Negative things always happen in life. The resilient person doesn't internalize those setbacks. Setbacks exist for a reason, and we can turn them into fuel for our personal development and the development of our trading. Dr. Brent Steenbarger has a really great blog post website that he actively posts to all the time. I will leave links, like I said, in the video description to Dr. Brent Steenbarger's blog post. The Power of Habits by Linda Roschke. Develop good positive habits. Successful traders do their own thinking and study the market conditions for themselves. We want to develop good automatic habits and good habits that protect us. Books I recommend to read that are related to trading psychology, human nature, emotions, and habits. 1. The Daily Trading Coach by Dr. Brent Steenbarger. 2. The Disciplined Trader by Mark Douglas. 3. Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. And 4. The Power of Habits by Charles Duhigg. Whatever happens in your personal life, good or bad, will affect your trading if you don't catch on to it when you're in the markets. You honestly have to ask yourself every day before you enter the markets, am I in the right state of mind? Did I sleep well? Did I get into a fight with my significant other? Is it still on my mind from last night? Is something else on my mind or bothering me I keep thinking about? Remember, we want to enter the market every day refreshed, awake, neutral state of mind, and anything can happen attitude. Also remember, just because we are traders doesn't mean we have to trade every day. I have been in the markets and trading for over 3 years now, and I am still new. But I can honestly say my 3 years, I have seen the market at least 90% of the time every week give us the most obvious and easy trades at least one or more times per week. It's all about waiting for your setup and not forcing plays. The markets will give you opportunities. You just have to be patient and wait for it. It could be a slow Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and the play you have been waiting for pops up on a Thursday and goes nuts. There it is. But you can't trade it because you're under PDT and used all your trades for the week, or you blew up your account. The patient get paid in the markets. As easy as it sounds, just waiting for the obvious plays. It's actually hard because we think every stock that pops up is the next play. What I tell myself, if a stock is strong and is tradable, let it prove to me that it's strong and tradable. If you are here every day watching stocks, getting that screen time in, you're going to develop as a trader and acquire a set of skills that separate you from the sheep. This is where you have an edge. You watch that stock like a hawk, no distractions, in the zone with an open mind that anything can happen, observing what's all going on, watching the level 2, reading the tape, mental price levels, types of candlesticks, the charts, supply and demand, volume. If you do, the stock will drop hint bombs that you can pick up on, and that is trading in the zone. The psychology of Fridays. Fridays are one of the hardest trading days of the week. When the markets open on a Friday, every second, minute, hour that passes, we lose volume. Not all the time, but most of the time. Why is that? By Friday, it has been a long week. Traders lost money, made money, and are ready to call it a week and start the weekend early. Companies don't often put hot press releases out on Friday. Traders don't want to hold big size over the weekend because anything can happen around the world over the weekend that could affect the market open next week. But Fridays can be special. Me personally, on Fridays, you either don't trade, or if I do, I want to trade as early as possible and be done for the day, just like everyone else. You have to ask yourself, and this is with many things in the markets. If I was a billionaire, would I stick around and make or lose more money? Or would I go to the beach house with my family and rest and come back refreshed Monday? You see a pattern you see happen all the time pop up late on a Friday. What volume is going to push that pattern? Have to be careful on Fridays. You can catch yourself in a sticky situation and hurt your account and your emotions going into the weekend. You lose and give back everything or most of what you made over the week. That's going to affect your mental game. You're not going to want to study over the weekend, might even ruin your weekend because you will keep thinking about the dumb mistake you made and can't do nothing about it because the market is closed for the next 2 days. And then when Monday comes around, you want revenge and dig yourself even deeper. See how one day can affect the possible future? It can really create a snowball effect trading on Fridays or any day. Do not compare yourself to other people. Everybody has taken their own journeys to get them where they are. Only compare yourself to past versions of yourself. A consistent set of positive beliefs about yourself will help you move forward on your journey. Not caring what other people think about you comes from confidence. Always focus on your set of skills and practice improving them. Nobody can take away your skills. Back to the power of habit. Remember when I said be careful who you learn from? There are a lot of people out there who think they know how to trade but don't, and teach bad habits. Same goes if you're watching someone new learn the process of becoming a trader. The way you choose the journey of becoming a trader and learning all the mistakes and the bad habits they acquire will also acquire because you are watching them and learning as well. What is the definition of habit? An acquired mode of behavior that has become or completely involuntary, a recurrent, often unconscious pattern of behavior that is acquired through frequent repetition. The more passion and desire you have towards something, the easier it will be to form good habits or break the bad habits to form good habits, because you have less eternal resistance inside of you. You won't need to force yourself if you enjoy doing what it is you want to do. Just like when you hear an addict is not ready to get clean and sober until he himself is ready. As traders, we want to build good habits that propel us towards our goals. Habits, scientists say, emerge because the brain is constantly looking for ways to save effort. Without habit loops, our brains would shut down, overwhelmed by our daily life. Our subconscious mind, whether you like it or not, and you don't even notice it, always gets cued, triggered, then the habit starts. To break the cycle, you want to lay out a roadmap, a routine for your daily success. Your routine, productive repetition, just like a professional athlete, practicing the same thing every day. Developing a cue that triggers the new habit, then reward yourself. Cue, routine, reward. Map out your daily routine for your own success. Routine, routine, routine. Really sit and think to yourself and figure out what cues trigger your bad habits and replace with a better positive habit. If you're having a hard time and can't stop the bad habit and you really want to, then put in consequences that you have to do whenever you do the bad habit, like 20 push-ups, run a mile. You have to actually believe in yourself and see yourself achieving the goals you set out for yourself. Having a burning desire to push yourself to get to your goals. Surrounding yourself around positive, successful people. A lot of tiny positive things you do in your daily life spills over into other areas in your life. Making your bed, helping others, small talk with other people. Little small wins in your everyday life creates positive patterns. The more small wins you do, the more likely you're going to seek out other small wins, creating confidence and having an effect on the mind that other big achievements are within reach. You also build up your beliefs as well. You're also creating more willpower. You see how all these things spill over into other great things in life? This is how willpower becomes a habit, by choosing a certain behavior ahead of time and then following that routine when an inflection point arrives. This is why it's important to map out your daily routine and stick to your positive habits that you want to achieve. Future goals, success, whatever it is that you want. If you think about it, these huge successful businesses like Google, Amazon, they all have plans in place and routines to reach success. If you work for Amazon and you don't do your part, you are failing to take that business to the next step for success. Do the same thing with your life, your goals, and the success that you want. Thank you all for listening to all my notes that I have worked hard on for 2 weeks. It was so much fun making this video, doing the research, and sharing this with you all. I hope you all have learned something new today from all this great work I did research on. I will leave links to all the videos, books, and websites that I have gathered information from. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a huge favor and hit that like button and leave comments. Tell me what you guys think. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and join the Trading Learning 101 community where we all grow as traders. I am making this video for all of you guys, and I am also making this video for me as well. For in the future, I can go back, re-listen to this whole video, and refresh my memory on all this great information and polish up areas to grow better as a trader and as a human. Tell me in the comments down below, guys, what did you guys think of this video? What are your thoughts on trading psychology, human nature, and emotions, and who do you guys like learning from? And if you guys check all my video descriptions, every single video description that I put out, I'm always putting in something new and a golden nugget in the video description of all my videos. So make sure you guys check it out. Maybe you'll learn something new. I'm all about learning something new every day and sharing information with others. Again, I worked really hard on this video. All I ask for you guys is just like the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a lot and it motivates me to make more content for you guys. And if you guys want more content, then show the support. But as I say at the end of every single video, you guys, until next time, have that patience, have that discipline, and study, everybody. I can't preach it enough. Nothing's standing in the way of your success and your goals but yourself. Really sit down and think about your thoughts and what just happened in this video. Put it all together and start mapping out your road to success. I know people fear change and people are afraid to step out of their box because they're scared of failure and what other people will think, but trust me, once you go after what you desire and what you want in life, you'll find a purpose for your life and you will just be very, very happy. You'll get that motivation every single day. Don't be that person that dreads going to work every single day. You should be doing what you love every day. Go after it. It's yours. Take it. Another great video that I highly recommend people watch is The Secret. That's gonna wrap it up for this. It's already long enough of a video, you guys. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I really enjoyed making this video, editing it, putting it all together for you guys. And again, until next time, have that patience, have that discipline, and study, 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 everybody. All right, later, everybody.